I've been doing that after a lot of stuff. I'll play a rhythm or beat or whatever, and I'll pause for a second and go tick, 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 tick. Oh, I really do like that hummus. It is a touch loud though, as they should be. Hummus, if I'm saying it correctly, should be a pretty powerfully loud harp. I'm gonna play the one from from the thumbnail. That was a Mohan Micro, a tiny little feller. If I can figure out how to get this necklace back on there. I like for, I don't really wear jewelry, but if I wear jewelry, I like for it to be functional and awesome. And Donovan's always grabbing a hold of this harp as well, pulling it out of the case when it's all around my neck. Because it's probably the one I wear in public the most often because it elicits the most questions. People sometimes will see it and be like, hey, what's that? I'd be like, well, I will show you. Is the mic working? We'll see. This is Mohan Micro. They are tiny, tiny little harps. I'm going to do something. I think my phone's left on silent. There we go. Oh, hello. How is everybody doing? We're playing some harps this evening. I'm playing a little tiny Mohan Micro. I get some clicks out of it, not because I'm hitting the frame, just because my teeth are so close together. The frame is so tiny. Sometimes this, I got one sharp long tooth that will sneak its way up past. Hey, George Campbell, how you doing? Yeah, these are the micro. Here's a micro. They're tiny. I really love the melodic tone of them. I get a lot of clicks out of it sometimes because I have this one sharp pointy tooth that sticks up past the others, and sometimes it'll sneak up past and catch on the reed. And the micro are pretty surprising because you think as the Morchang gets smaller, they get stiffer, but these are actually super flexible, the reeds on them. If not, it would be preventatively stiff. It feels almost like playing some of the smaller Babayev Munhop. I'm not sure exactly how to say the word Munhop. I'm just going to continue saying it like a hillbilly. I'm going to get my Munhop out. And speaking of which, I should play a Munhop. Or Munhapa. I'm going to play something even smaller. I got this from Neptune Chapotin. I think I put in an order for Merchunga and he sent it to me. It's actually smaller than the micro is. This is a tiny Merchunga. Smallest I've seen. Like I do have a Mohan that's a little bit small. Let's compare it to the smallest Mohan. I think they're going to be right on par with each other. Here is... Oh, I missed a comment. Okay, here's the smallest Mohan and there's the smallest Merchunga. The smallest Mohan's pretty high. Try the Merchunga. Ooh, I do like that little feller. Sometimes the smaller harps, especially when you get this small though, they can be kind of cumbersome to hold because you're pinching on the very tips of your fingers. Wonder what we should play next. We're going on a little bit later this evening. Mr. Donovan went to bed a little bit later. He took a good nap. And I got lots of videos and stuff done on the website today. And then this afternoon, later on, I took a long nap. It was nice. I'm well rested. I didn't stay up super late last night playing the harp like I normally would and coming up with a lesson plan for today. I actually went to bed at a decent time, but tonight I'm going to be staying up probably till at least 3 in the morning, playing on the harp, maybe doing some artwork. I should hang this little fella up. Oh wait, that one doesn't go there. You go back over yonder here. So, how's the weather out yonder? Has the winter weather broken? What harps have you been playing? What harps have you been into? Past couple days, I've been getting down on an asymmetrical. I also refer to this as a halfgan. That's not the actual name, but they're pretty much like I would say they're the same pattern as an Afghan. Only one side of it is made way longer. Bottom of my Gorka, I've taken the drawstring out by realigning the third plane arm. I like doing draw starts, but most of the time draw starts are going to come at the expense of the clarity. Check my audio. Is it silent? Hold up. How about now? Can answer me? Can you hear me now? Sound like a Sprint commercial from way back then. Can you hear me now? Can you hear the audio portion? Yeah, if anyone can hear me, leave a comment that my audio is working. If not, I'll just restart the video and delete this one. Can anyone hear the audio on this? Somebody left a worrisome comment that said for me to check my audio. Can you hear this? Is anyone there? Got some chop in the audio. What I'll do is I'll just restart this. We'll see what. We will see. We had some technical issues, audio not working. Can anyone hear me? Is anyone out there? We got a short break from winter. Weather been playing my Mohans. Oh, nice. Mohan makes a fine Morchang. If the audio is choppy, there's nothing else I can really do about it. I can unplug. Yeah, there's nothing else I can really do about it if the audio is not good. How about I unplug this? We're gonna have a. Oh, is it better now? Hold on, let me plug this back in. Is it better with the microphone or without? Is the audio better now? Nowish? Try with the microphone again. Please, audio, work. We're live. We need to hop. How am I doing that? I'm doing a lot of closed. I'm pouching into a closed ho ho he ho. You're gonna whew whew whew. If I were to say whew 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 like a cat. I've been playing a lot and stopping and having a break and tick-a-tick-tock, tick-a-tick-tock. I'm going literally going toe to that, but I'm doing it on the in breath and really punching in breath. Gorka are not the loudest of Morchang, but they're probably the ones I play the most often. One, because they're not screaming loud, because I know that a lot of it's not going to transfer upstairs. My Mohan will light a whole room up. And two, there's some type of woody, natural sound to the Gorka. It's hard to explain. There's just a really natural, mellow, dronier tone to it. And to say jaw harps are all drone instruments, they all produce a fundamental tone that drones all the time. So they are technically, I believe, to my understanding, a drone instrument. But some of them are dronier than others. And since I invented the word dronier, or am using the word dronier, we're going to use it however we need. I think I need to take my Afghan out of the shop. It plays clicky now. I think the reed shifted to one side. Play a different harp. What should we play? What do y'all want to hear? What harps have you been playing? Uncle George says he's been playing on the Mohan a lot, which that's a solid choice. I have a Mohan small somewhere. I kind of rearranged it. I put some more harps up. And this pegboard, I didn't have time to work on the artwork this week, but I've been taking hangers and just making little Z-clips so I can hang harps all over my pegboard. Eventually, the whole thing, the artwork's going to be done all the way down to here. Then my son, Donovan's going to do the bottom part. Well, there's my little Mohan. Come here, little feller. I won't play my Mohan large. My Mohan large is too loud for this hour of the evening. I'm punching an out breath and doing that close, but kind of exaggerating the out breath because on these Mohan, they're gapped so tight you can hear it. That's the thing about the Morching. Morching are probably the most outer spacey instruments. One of my good friends, Hussein Lahiri, from Ministry of Harps in India, do a lot of work with him. Send him Russian harps, and he distributes them to the Indian people. But anyways, I digress. He had commented, been looking at Szilagyi harps. Oh yeah, Szilagyi. I think I'm saying that correctly. Szilagyi. I used to call it Szilagyi because I'm a classic mispronunciator. Oh, cool. You're awesome as well. Szilagyi sells a huge varieties. Oh, cool. Well, shout out to your friend. Thanks for watching. Has a huge variety of different types of harps. Most of them are breathy, but some of the more flexible reeded ones. Not that one. I had a whole bunch of little ones. I bought about 1,500 Szilagyi, and I was giving them away. A whole bunch of them I gave away before Christmas. I was throwing them in with people's harps sometimes when they ordered from the harpery. But some of the smaller ones, the more flexible ones, are melodic. Some of the bigger, like Blackfires and Balances and Chancers, are super breathy. Yeah, Szilagyi makes a huge variety of harps. And that's something I've been stuck on, that tick-a-tee-tick-ta. Tick-a-tee-tick-ta. Let's see, we're 18 minutes in, and we got interrupted. We had a bad audio feed or bad Wi-Fi or something earlier on, so the stream got interrupted. We'll go about 5-10 more minutes. It's hard to tell if my wife's done up there yet or not. Spend some oh, I know what I'm gonna play. Shipanov. I'm gonna be getting 5 to 7 more of them in the future. Shipanov is a Russian maker. His harps are. I think I've had 10 Shipanovs come through the shop. I have not played one that I've been able to find fault with. And something cool on the last, I just dripped tea right all over my Afghan harp, which I'm probably going to be adjusting in the shop this week. He actually asked me, he's like, well, will you provide me a little review and try to critique my harps, try to find fault with them. I really couldn't. I went over them with a fine-tooth comb, and I really couldn't find any fault with them. Chipanov are very good. We're going to have some more tea. Got some, I switched brands of tea, actually, lately. And my hands are so covered with coconut oil, I don't know if I can open this tea. There we go. Slipping right past it. Every time I play a harp, I always oil it with coconut oil. This is English breakfast tea. I think it's PG Tips. I've been enjoying tea. Coffee's a little bit strong for my blood, although on some Sundays, if I have to do a lot of house cleaning, I'll drink coffee. As caffeine sensitivity runs in the family. The Shipanov F2, my favorite of the Shipanov I had played. I would say if I'd have to classify it, it feels like it's midway in between the way a Munat plays, kind of like midway in between the way a Dernovoy Munat plays, and midway in between the way my Burtsev plays. What's that tiny harp in the thumbnail? Oh, we'll get to that here in a second. That's Mohan Micro. They're going to be going up on the website within the next month. Where was I saying? Oh, yeah. It has a great bell ring, really precise tones, but it also has that type of squelch that like the Burtsev have. Very, very nice harp. And in the past, I've shown some really expensive, really hard to get harps, some rare harps. And I think I've kind of created people who seek collecting harps and, or at least encourage that, encourage the materialism of harp collecting. You got to get them all. You got to get this harp. You got to get that harp. What it comes down to in your harp playing is how well you play the harp that you have. You don't have to have. So some people have been getting a hold of me. They have to have a super expensive Yakut Homus. They think, but you don't have to have. And I really enjoy collecting harps, and I really enjoy playing all these different variety of harps. But you don't have to spend a lot of money on harps. You can spend $20, $30 on a harp and absolutely slay on it. And it all comes down to learning the way the harp wants to be played. Somebody had asked, which harp is this? The tiny harp in the thumbnail. This was, I do a stupid thumbnail every time. I try to top each thumbnail by being more stupid. This is the Mohan Micro. And I'm kind of crouching down because I want to get close to the microphone. But in reality, when you play, you should maintain good posture, especially if you want clean tones and lots of breath. So which of all the budget Glazern harps one is best? That's an interesting question because the Glazern is kind of a big line. Pretty much all of the Glazern are going to be saturated in tone. Saturation means you got a lot of higher overtones, which creates that crackling, that buzz that Glazern are known for. A lot of the Szilagyi harps have a lot of saturation. A lot of Vargan have a lot of saturation. Morchang aren't known for having saturation. They're known for being an unsaturated instrument. But it depends on what you want to get out of the Glazern harps. And also, I'll just grab 3 random Glazern. Let's say the 3 cheapest Glazern. I wouldn't get the sword. I've got the sword, I think, in my store, but just so that I could stock all the Glazern. The sword is kind of preventative in playing. But amongst the budget Glazern, if you want something bassy, I'd go for the Lighthouse. This is just taking the top or the bottom 3 Glazern into account. The compass is normally a fast player. Now, I don't know if these have been adjusted. I normally adjust the tips of the instrument before they send out, because some of them come when you're buying in bulk. They play kind of clicky, and you can adjust them in about 60 seconds. Yeah, there's a compass that you can be played fast. And pretty much all the Glazern that I sell, you're going to be able to get fast technique out of, because I play them. I play them a little bit before I send them out. I'll pluck them in a variety of different plucking styles, and if I start getting clicks out of it, then I don't want to mail it out like that. I'll take and adjust the tips out just a tiny bit, because a lot of Glazern are ground so tight that when you put your teeth up against them, the tips get to be the closest area. And where the knee bend is made is where the most area of side deflection on the reed, because you're hitting it. So that part of the reed vibrates sideways the most. So if you spread it just a tiny amount, then you can compensate for the side deflection of the reed without compromising the sound really at all. And I find that it sometimes cleans it up because the harp screeches less, because your gaps stay more consistent as you apply pressure, instead of having it tight, and then super, super tight at the tips. That makes for some screechy overtones. What is the maximum potential of the Snoopy jaw harp? I have a video. Go to the Bebcorp YouTube channel, just the YouTube channel, my actual page, and look. And I think there's a Snoopy harp makeover where I took where Uncle Frank mailed me a Snoopy harp. I took it apart, I sharpened it up. Played it. Snoopy harp isn't a great harp. I do have some other techniques now I could probably apply to a Snoopy, but I wouldn't advise buying a Snoopy to try to turn it into an expensive harp. But if you want to take apart a Snoopy and tinker around with it, I would highly suggest it. Then the Wave, somebody had asked the top 3 budget harps. The Wave always sounds more hillbilly to me, and this one hasn't been adjusted either. And only about maybe 2 out of 10 Glazerin harps do I adjust them before I send them out. I'll show you what I do. That one plays just a tad bit clicky. These are ring spreader pliers. Glazerin harps have a shelf on the back. I may make a tutorial on this in the future, but for those who tune in the live upload, I'll just key in on what I do about this. See how this has the shelf on the back? These are ring spreader pliers. You don't want to put the ring spreader pliers into the blade, but it actually rests upon the shelf. And you use the lightest of pressure. Just a little bit more. Always check to make sure the reeds are perpendicular. Just give it just a tiny amount. There it is. Hear the sound too? It doesn't have that squelch because it's not, the tightest area isn't at the tips. And I can even see it in the gaps. As I squeeze down, it's touching almost consistently all along the top of there, all along the sides there, and not just at the tips. So all the Glazerin have the capacity pretty much to be played quickly, but that's what I would recommend. Hey, Fangin, I can't remember his name, but good friend Louise just tuned in. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing well. Was just demonstrating somebody asked what are the best of the budget Glazerin, and Fangin Surface. There we go. I get that confused with your Instagram name, which is Fang and something else. They were asking what is the best of the budget Glazerin. I'm like, oh, they're all pretty decent, depending on what you want out of the harp. But in the saturation area, I would say the Wave, the Compass, and the Lighthouse. Compass for faster play, Wave for that squelchy hillbilly sound, and the Lighthouse for that deeper sound. The Lighthouse plays similar to the way the Aesthetic plays. The Aesthetic, I think, plays better because of the stiffer reed. And Mikey says it's hard to get a freaking... It shouldn't be hard to get a Jew's harp, depending on what country you're in. I actually ship to pretty much any country in the world, and I have a cooperation with a company called Ministry of Harps. So if you're in India, you can get pretty much anything I sell in my store in India as well. Fangin Surface. There we go. But yeah, if you're looking, somebody said it was hard to get a Jew's harp. Shouldn't be. There's lots of companies that sell them. If you want to get a hold of me on harpery.com, I'll get you a harp in the mail. Anyways, I digress. I'm not on here to sell harps. I'm on here to play harps. I'm on here to teach all about harps, and I'm on here to learn from you and your comments. What do we want to play? We're 28 minutes in. We're going to play one more harp. What do we want to play? Oh yeah, I was talking about the Lighthouse. Lighthouse is kind of like the beginner step into that mid-range bass. Aesthetic plays better than that as well, and then the Aesthetic plays similar to the Star. In a lot of ways, I prefer the Aesthetic, but the Star has a longer reed. I'll play the Star. I haven't played the Star in probably a long time. I got so many harps, I don't play the Glazerin a ton anymore. And I always want to compare the Star to my Bert Seb, but the Bert Seb is... I like the Bert Seb a lot better. Bert Seb's a lot more expensive, but... Oh yeah, the Aesthetic, I really like the Aesthetic. On that Aesthetic, do your open close. That I taught you, I think it was on a messenger message. I sent you one replying to the Fangin Surface. That open close thing, do that on your Aesthetic coming up and coming down. Or if you do that and you really like it, get yourself a Mohan bass. The Mohan bass is the best for doing that on. It's a Bert Seb. Yeah, the Bert Seb is definitely louder than the Star. A little bit higher in tone too. Yeah, the Burtsev definitely has a better bell ring and a smoother texture to it. Oh, I just ran out of somebody bought the last Mohan bass yesterday off the website. I do have Mohan is working on 20 more of his bass as we speak. I don't know. He's probably at least a month or two out. The last order, I think it took him 3 or 4 months to construct. But I shouldn't compare Burtsev to the Glasgow Star because Burtsev is a really really, 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 really good Yakut maker. I've got another one of his harps coming. Hopefully in the next month or two it should be arriving. Oh yeah, get a hold of me. And then I gifted to my teacher, to my music teacher, I gifted I had a Mohan G1 that I'll play that. I'll be fine with it because it was a gift for me. He'd given me some music lessons for free. He normally charges a lot of money for them. And I went back. I now pay for my music lessons. I need to take more of them, obviously, because I need to get to be a better melodic player because I'm still not up to snuff on my melodic stuff. But I gifted him a Mohan G1. I just haven't nailed it out yet. Oh yeah, that petrol. That's a good stiff reeded Glasern. That's probably G1 is about the deepest I've seen Mohan do. I did request him, like, well, see how far you can take it down. See how deep of harps you can make as well. I'm going to play my personal Mohan. I think, oh yeah, they're like the Mohan you got, but they're deep. They feel like a Morchang crossed. And then when I step away from the mic, it doesn't pick up. It picks up just this area, which is good because when the furnace is running, when the air conditioner's running, we ain't picking it up. But when I walk away from it, can't hear it. They feel like a Morchang crossed with a Homus, with a Yakut Homus. They feel very Yakutian Homus feeling, and also sort of a Jerome type feel because you can just, the gaps are so tight, they're almost as tight as a Babayev. You can really. And then, oh yeah, he does make mid-range harps. Well, I don't have one of his mid-range harps in my collection, but I do have a few of them ready to be put on the website future. But yeah, I would say, this is my opinion, Mohan bass are like the best mid-range bass under $100 that I played so far, just because there's a purity, there's a clarity to them down deep. Actually, another good bass harps, or just harps in general, are Estonian Parmupil. An Estonian Parmupil, maybe it's Parmupil, plays so clean. I was actually, before I learned how to do open-close technique, I didn't have any Parmupil in my collection because I was turned off at how clean they were. There was nothing to hide behind. Oh, David Heilwig, I can't. I'm from Kansas. I can't pronounce nothing. Welcome to the Harpery. How are you doing? What harps are you playing? I'm gonna play me a Mohan mid range. See how this plays out. We're going to wrap it up with the Mohan mid-range. I'm going to get my Saturday underway. I love y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all are awesome. Keep your harps clean. Keep them dry. Keep them oily. If you have any special video requests, if there's something you want to know about, leave a comment down below or on one of my other videos because awesome. Very good. Oh, nice. Dan Moyer. Huge bang for the buck. They are kind of, you can't get super crazy with plucking them hard, but they're a lot of fun. If anyone has any special video, I love you too, bro. I don't ever say bro, but yeah, I'll bro back at you. Um, hey, Aunt Joanne, how are you doing? It's and to all of y'all, it is cold and flu season. If anyone's sick, I hope that you're getting over it quickly, and I hope everybody's staying in good health. And I hope y'all aren't freezing because certain parts of the world are icing over at the moment. What was I saying? Oh yeah, and if anyone has any special requests on techniques or history or whatever, even if I don't know it, I would be glad to learn it because my best performing videos have been from viewer requests. Because if you thought of the question, then a lot of people have thought of the question. I probably not thought of the question, so let's make a video on it. I love y'all. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more harpery. Be good to each other. Keep your harps clean. Keep them dry. Keep them oiled. Stay in good health. Stay safe. If you're driving where it's cold and icy, is the Batman or petrol better for fast playing? Both are good. The petrol is going to be stiffer or more squelchy sounding. And if anyone's traveling and driving on the ice, drive slow. Be careful. Love y'all. Oh yeah. Thanks for the subscription, man. And if you are subscribed, be sure to tap the bell icon. That way you get notifications. Because if you don't tap the bell icon, then it won't notify you. Anyways, happy harping. Love you, Aunt Joanne. Adios or adios. I always mispronunciate adios on purpose. I started doing it just to get my wife, just to irritate my wife, and then it's become a habit. I'm always like adios. Ooh, I played that for the demo, but I haven't even really played it. Which that's a Mohan mid-range. Stop playing that. That's going on the